drinking water is not only a prerequisite for healthy living, but a necessity for overall socio-economic development. Aïssatou Badiane Sarr, Grts.
Well, that report takes us to our first break. We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned.
Comium Super Savers.
It's official. 99 bututs to call any telephone in the Gambia. Yes, yes, yes! It's now cheaper to call any network from your Comium phone.
99 bututs to call any network. Truly the lowest in the Gambia.
Comium, making communication cheaper.
99.
99? Yes! Yes!
Comium Super Savers.
99 bucks a minute. No need to look at the number you're calling. Just make sure it's your Comium phone you're calling with. Unbelievably cheaper to call with your Comium number.
Terms and conditions apply. First minute is regular rate. Any minute added enjoys this offer. One of the many reasons we say your credit lasts longer with Comium.
Comium. We are better together.
Welcome back. Government and rebel negotiators are locked in talks in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, but on the ground in South Sudan, fighting continues to rage in parts of the United States. Meantime, Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir has arrived in Juba for talks with his southern Sudanese counterpart, Salva Kiir. We have details in this report.
A resolution of the conflict in South Sudan still depends on talks taking place in Addis Ababa between officials on the side of President Salva Kiir and his rival Riek Machar. In the Ethiopian capital, they have reportedly begun debating two main sticking points.
What is very urgent is the issue of cessation of hostilities and the release for political detainees. We believe so. It is very important to create a conducive atmosphere.
Since December 15th, the conflict between government and anti-government forces based on ethnic divisions between Dinka and Lua has resulted in thousands of deaths and more than 200,000 displaced people. Some have fled to neighboring countries, such as here in Uganda. Much of the fighting is taking place near oil fields run by the Chinese. Beijing is worried and has sent its foreign affairs minister to Addis Ababa to pressure both sides. China's position concerning the situation in South Sudan is very clear. We are calling for an immediate halt to the fighting, and we hope law and order will be re-established quickly. The president of Sudan, Omar al-Bashir, is also intervening in the conflict. He was in Juba on Monday for talks with Salva Kiir. They agreed to deploy a mixed force on the border to protect the petrol installations. We guarantee that we will allow nobody based in Sudan to work against the government in Juba. In spite of the talks in Addis Ababa, the fighting is continuing and international officials are not optimistic. The United Nations has brought more equipment to Juba to strengthen defenses around the camps of displaced people. The United States has evacuated all non-essential personnel.
Authorities in DR Congo have opened an investigation into the death of Colonel Mamadou Ndala. The senior military officer was killed when his convoy was attacked by unknown assailants. Two government soldiers have been detained for alleged links to Colonel Ndala's killers. And security was tight in Egypt as Coptic Christians mark Orthodox Christmas. Egypt's interim president Adli Mansour visited a cathedral as a mark of goodwill to celebrate the event with Coptic Christians. We have details of those stories and others in this roundup.
In the Democratic Republic of Congo's capital, Kinshasa, the government and military personnel paid their final respects to Colonel Mamadou Ndala. He was killed on Thursday when a rocket hit his jeep in North Kivu province. He is considered a hero by many in the country as he helped secure the defeat of the M23 rebel group in November.
Investigations are underway to shed light on the death of this valiant military officer, and those responsible for these deplorable acts will be punished, whatever their rank.
Earlier, the government accused Ugandan rebel groups of carrying out the attack. But since, 2 soldiers with the Congolese army suspected of involvement have been arrested. Security was stepped up in Egypt as hundreds of Coptic Christians celebrated Orthodox Christmas. For the occasion, the Egyptian interim president went to a cathedral to offer his best wishes. It was the first time an Egyptian president had made this gesture. In July, Pope Theodore II supported the overthrow of ex-president Mohamed Morsi.
شيخ الجامع الأزهر وفضيلة الأستاذ الدكتور شوقي.
China crushed 6 tons of ivory on Monday to combat illegal trade in African elephant tusks. The ivory had been collected over the course of several years by customs authorities. The event was highly covered in the media and was aimed at shedding China's image as a global hub for the illegal trade.
The Chinese government hopes to discourage those who are tempted to buy illegal ivory.
China makes up 2/3 of the global ivory demand. Ivory is used in China in traditional medicine. Algerian football legend Mustafa Zitouni died at the age of 85 on Sunday. He played for France 4 times but gave up the chance to play at the 1958 World Cup. Instead, he went to Algeria during the Independence War at the call of the Algerian National Liberation Front, the FLN. There, he helped set up a team for the FLN. After several years as a coach, Mustafa Zitouni ended his career in Nice, France, where he worked for Air Algeria.
Time now to take a second break. We'll be right back. And it's time now for sports. January 18th is the opening for registrations of the much talked about Standard Chartered Road to Anfield football tournament, and with many of the 5 A-side teams already scheduling preparatory games, officials of the bank convened a media briefing to provide updates on the preparation. Babakar Senghor reports.
Field campaign has reached a pivotal stage. This news update comes ahead of January 18 opening of registration for contending 5-a-side teams comprising the bank's customers, media partners and members of staff.
During the launch of the campaign in November, we asked people to come in to open accounts, savings accounts of $5,000 and above, or as existing customers to deposit $10,000 and above to participate in the tournament. The tournament, as you might be aware, it's a 5-a-side football tournament where we will play a Gambia local tournament, and the qualifying team would be flown to Anfield in Liverpool in May 2014 to play against 13 other markets of Standard Chartered to participate to win the Standard Chartered Trophy Cup.
As many as dozens of 5-a-side teams are expected to take part in what is billed as one of the most competitive fun-filled football fiestas in the opening weeks of 2014. A trip to the home of Liverpool Football Club is an enticing proposition for all stakeholders in this campaign, and for many this is just a lifetime dream. But what is in this campaign?
So if you have friends who have opened accounts, you can come in to join one group. It's okay. Or if you don't have, if you don't know who opened an account, that's why we're having this day where we're inviting all our customers who've opened new accounts and who have been banking with us for the past few years to come in and form these teams.
The latest event is meant to put the finishing touches to the day-long campaign, which kicks off in mid-February.
So we're urging all our customers who have qualified in the Standard Chartered Trophy Road to Anfield to come to the Manjai Field the 18th of January at 10 a.m. so we can register them in teams. They've got their tokens once they've opened their accounts or have made a qualifying deposit. We need them to bring those tokens to the field, bring their identification cards, and also for our media partners, we need you to send in your teams by the 17th of January to us, Standard Chartered, and also 18th of January, be at the Manjai Field, 10 o'clock, with your identification.
But before that, Contending teams are set for the all-important registration on January 18th, and for some it will be a head start in the game, and for others a moment to not only